Assalamualaikum and welcome back to my video presentation on problem-based learning. As the self-directed learning expanded and broadened the students' horizon of knowledge and skills, reflective learning strengthened it and improved the knowledge retention and skills mastery as well as the lifelong learning skill. Reflective learning is the third and final stage of the PBL learning cycle. It refers to the learner's engagement in the intellectual activities to explore his or her experience that directed towards new understanding and appreciations. Through reflective learning, learners will accumulate more meaningful learning experience. Reflective learning is a part and parcel of a self-assessment and evaluation process in problem-based learning. At this stage, students are involved in metacognition process. Metacognition refers to thinking about thinking, the knowledge that the students have of their own cognitive processes. It is the ability to control the thinking processes through various strategies such as organizing, monitoring, and adapting. Additionally, it is the students' ability to reflect upon the tasks or processes they undertake and to select and utilize the appropriate strategies necessary in their interaction. Metacognition is considered a critical component of a successful learning. It involves self-regulation and self-reflection of strengths, weaknesses, and the types of strategies the students created. It is a necessary foundation for students' learning, and it underlines how the students think through a problem or situation and the strategies they created to address the situation or problem. From the lowest level to the highest level, learning reflection involves either the acts of one reporting, or two responding, or three relating, or four reasoning, or five reconstructing. Reporting is the lowest level of reflection where learner describes, reports, or retell with minimum transformation without additional observations or insights. This is often the level of most inexperienced learner. Responding is a second level where the learner uses the data and information sources with a few transformation or conceptualization of knowledge to describe the learning experience. The third level is relating. At this level, the learner works on identifying some aspects of data and information that have the personal meaning which connected with a prior experience. The reasoning is the fourth level where the learner integrates the data or information into an appropriate relationship involving a high level of transformational and conceptualizations and seeks a deep understanding of why something has happened, exploring the relationship of theory and practice in some depths. At the highest level, reconstructing, the learner displays a high level of abstract thinking to generalize the experience and apply active and creative learning. In other words, the learner draws original conclusions from reflections, generalizes from experience, extracts general principles, formulates a personal theory, or takes a position on an issue. The learner will also extract and internalize the personal significance of his or her learning and plan for further learning. In the PBL model proposed by Barrows and Myers, knowledge abstraction, summary, and self-evaluation are three main metacognitive activities designed to help learners achieve optimal learning outcomes. By reflecting on the knowledge they have constructed throughout the problem-solving process, learners have an opportunity to organize and integrate their knowledge into a more systematic conceptual framework. The cognitive activities of abstracting, summarizing, and organizing knowledge enhance learners' conceptual integration and retention of the topic under study. Through self-evaluation of their problem-solving strategies and exploring and examining alternative hypotheses and solutions that they might have missed, learners can improve their problem-solving skills and learn in these metacognitive processes. These reflection activities can extend students' learning by helping them discover information, concepts, and areas that they can explore further, as well as enhance their ability to transfer knowledge to different contexts. The reflecting components acts as a built-in metacognitive guide in PBL problems. This component optimizes the PBL processes by ensuring the maximum effects of other components in the PBL problems. Wei Hung, in his 3C3R problem design model, called the PBL learning cycle as the processing component, which consists of researching, reasoning, and reflecting aspects of the problem design process. When using 3C3R model to design the reflecting component in PBL problem, two types of reflective processes, which is a formative and summative, could be considered. A formative reflective process should occur throughout the PBL course along with the processes of researching and reasoning. The learners should evaluate and reflect on their problem solving and learning processes and adjust their strategies accordingly during the course of learning. Another type of reflecting component is a summative reflective process. Very often, learners equate the end of learning with the end of the semester or having found a solution to a problem. Thus, the reflecting component should also encourage learners to continue learning about the topic and cultivate within the learners the habit of experts. PBL models at higher learning institutions had a special interest in reflective learning as the final stage in the learning cycle. This indicates that reflective learning is a crucial stage for the identification of students' learning outcomes and the accomplishment of the whole learning process in PBL. In Temasek Polytechnic's 7 stages of PBL cycle, reflective learning is placed at the final stage where students conduct self and group feedback on group functioning, individual problem-solving process, in knowledge learned, the solution, and a facilitator's facilitation. In Republic Polytechnic's 7 activities of PBL cycle, reflective learning is the final learning activity called Wisdom through Metacognition. In this activity, students carry out a reflection on how they are progressing as individuals or members of the team. In UTHM's 5 ladders of active learning PBL model, reflective learning in form of a formative reflection is among the main features of the whole PBL cycle from ladder 1 to ladder 4. The final and summative reflection is conducted at ladder 5. At this ladder, students are completing the overall learning reflection form of the specific course and respond to the exit survey. The result of the reflection and the survey will be used by a facilitator to identify the effectiveness of the overall learning, the attainment of the learning outcomes, as well as the PBL process. Another model discussed by Linda Wee in her book is from the School of Medicine, Southern Illinois University, United States. The reflective learning stage is the final step where students were provided with the opportunity to conduct peer and self-assessment. In PBL cycle at Stanford University, United States, the reflective learning stage involves the act of facilitators guiding students by asking questions to let them explore their learning experience and thinking. In McMaster University's PBL cycle, the reflective learning stage involves students' activities of providing feedback on their learning experience. In Maastricht University's PBL cycle, the reflective learning stage involves students' activities of sharing findings with group and integrate knowledge into a comprehensive explanation. In the University of Newcastle, Australia PBL cycle, the reflective learning stage involves 3 important steps. 1. Produce self-assessment checklist with criteria on what, why, and how the problem is solved and submit with report. 2. Facilitator gives feedback. 3. Student resubmit the report based on the feedback. And finally, in the Queensland University of Technology Australia PBL cycle, the reflective learning stage involves students' activities of wrapping up the learning process, reviewing the outcomes, synthesizing and concluding the learning experience. Again, PBL is not one size fits all. PBL practitioners should not bind themselves with a specific reflective learning approach in certain well-known models without considering the main purpose of students' reflection result and function. Some might want to use the reflection as the main tool of assessment, or some might want to use it as one of the main tools. Either way, the reflective learning should be properly assigned to students, and the reflection result should be used to assess and strengthen the students' learning. Thank you very much for your time and kind attention to my presentation. Please subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like and share this video. If you have something to share, please leave the comment below. Have a great day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.